life is like driving a car. And most of us want to look forward, but you need to be straining forward to what lies ahead in faith, not just thinking, I don't think there's any future for me. There's a bright future for all of us. I have learned, working as a professor at the university, that there's no one who is a dumb student. Everyone is gifted differently. And the sooner we realize what our gifts are and how we are wired and how God has wired us, the better it is for us to to accomplish what God has for us. But we need to be forgetting what is behind, both our failures and successes, and we need to be straining forward. It's like, like muscles. The more you exercise them, the stronger they become. So may God help us to strain forward to what lies ahead. And what lies ahead for you and me, I do not know. Some of you are towards the end of your academic year. Some of you are in an incredibly satisfying work experience or a work situation. Or some of you are in exciting family situation where your children are accomplished. We don't know what is lying ahead, but we need to be, as Paul says, straining forward to what lies ahead. And then Paul says, we're talking about that. Okay, and then Paul says, I press forward toward the goal for the high prize. Paul is encouraging us to press forward. Pressing forward. Paul pictures here the sprinters training forward to cross the finish line. As we look forward to what God has for us, we need to be running and pressing forward. One of the biggest challenges that I have, and I'm sure most of you have, is we look at others and compare ourselves. And in so doing, I remember when I was in grade 9 or grade 8, when the marks, I wrote a test or an assignment, and when the marks were given back or assignments were given back, I was very happy that I got an A. Until I found out my friend got an A+, and that sent me into depression. So often in our life, we compare ourselves to others. And when we compare ourselves to others, we are prevented from running the race that God has for us. Okay, some of you, probably most of you don't remember or have not read that in 1954, on August 7th, there were the Commonwealth Games that were held in Vancouver. Okay? Commonwealth Games were held in Vancouver. There was an Englishman called Roger Bannister, and there was an Australian called John Landy. They met for the first time in a 1-mile race in a newly constructed stadium in Vancouver. And as they were coming to the finish line, John Landy, who was an Australian, he was at the front of the race. But as he was almost at a point of bracing the ribbon, he started looking for where Bannister was. And in that moment, Bannister overtook John Landy and won the race. Because in looking to the side to see where his competitor was, he lost a millisecond and therefore lost the race. Now, very often we feel that we want to run the race, but we want to compare ourselves with others. And as a result, we run the race, and as a result, we lose the race. And that's why Apostle Paul talks about pressing forward toward the goal to win.